meeting is being recorded. Hi, welcome to my channel in Conversation with Nivedita. Today, I have with me a very proud alumni of VIDYA School Gurugram, which is a school for the underprivileged children. She's sharing with us her inspiring journey of being a Mensa scholar, getting selected in the International Millennium Fellowship Program. Wow, that was a mouthful. Graduating in computer science from Delhi University, and more. Wait, before we go ahead, have you subscribed to this channel yet? Go ahead and do that, for we will get to learn about education and empowerment together. I am Nivedita, and with me, I have today Komal Yadav, founder of Project Unmukh. Hello, Komal. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an overwhelming welcome. And I look forward to the conversation with you.
So, Komal, when did your journey begin of what we see of you today? How many years old were you when you were associated with Vidya? When did you think you would become a computer scientist? And how did you come about starting Unmukh? I think these are many questions that go, but let's start from the beginning.
Yes, even, I'm clueless at the point, when I did not have any idea when I'd be joining with the I'd be a part of it. And it will become such an instrumental and integral part of my life because I was just, I think, 2 or 3 years when my parents took me to Vidya and, got me the admission over there. But since then, I've been very proud of saying this that Vidya has been my very first and the last school because I studied there from grade nursery till grade 12. And I feel that I was really fortunate that I got a lot of opportunities which led to my holistic development. I would say that I was not just limited to academics, but also the extracurriculars, which made me really confident of myself and to never stop in life. So, Vidya has just been a part of my life since nursery till date. Even when the graduation completed last year, more than college, I remember my school till date. So it's been all about Vidya, and I look forward to serving and giving back to my school in future as well.
Would you like to share with us some of the highlights from your school years?
Certainly, ma'am. I think that's one of the best things that I would love to share about. I still remember that the first time I was called on stage was when I was in grade 5, and I was appreciated for the academic performance, the academic excellence, and I was given an award. And since then, I think there's been no looking back. I've participated in all the extracurriculars that I could. I was a dancer at school, an orator, and anchor, and I just loved being on stage, public speaking, being into the dance room and dancing my heart out. So besides academics, I focused on all those things. Some of the key aspects of my school life include when I was in grade 10 and I scored a 10 on 10 CGPA, and I could actually see that light, that glitter in all my teachers' eyes, which made them proud. So that was just very heartwarming for me as well. I also remember when I won this National Science Concourse Award in entire India, along with 83 other students. I was called for a 1 week trip to Nainital. So that was certainly a cherry on the cake. And I still remember my principal being overjoyed, and she gifted me and she presented the award to me when I came back to school. So there have been many instances where I've shared a lot of emotional, a lot of good moments, and I've made memories which I'm going to cherish forever. I would just like to take a minute more because I just recollect that I also served as the vice head girl and the head girl in the school. And in that tenure, I think the connect which I developed with the students, the teachers, and even the staff, that included the people who used to work in the kitchen, the drivers, the guard bhaiyas. So there was such an emotional connect that they all would come, they would talk to us, and it has been more than a family to me. So I really love Vidya till date, and I know till my last breath that is something which is going to be there.
That is very heartwarming to hear about your alma mater. I am thinking what wide range of things that you did. And I'm sure you found the connect between dance and computer science in becoming the personality that you are today, and as a leader in the school as well. So, what would you think would be some of the skills or attitude that you think you developed with all those exposures, the extracurricular activities, the leadership that helped you in meeting the challenges you faced during your journey till now?
Yes, ma'am. So coming from a background where I think we do not really have many opportunities or guidance, I would say, there is some sort of, we're not able to share exactly what we go through because we also understand the family conditions. But at Vidya, I think Vidya has helped me to be confident in what I have. I mean, I'm very proud of this very fact that even we got less, we valued it a lot at Vidya. That is something that it has taught me. I mean, I find myself to be very adjustable in every situation I come across. Even I remember at college, there used to be instances, where some students would say that, we do not like this or there's some better alternative. But I would always try to, find out ways to make that thing work. So I think that go-getter spirit, it has definitely come from Vidya. Vidya has actually helped me to look at the brighter side of the things. And self-leadership, I think all my teachers, especially Rashmi ma'am, I think they really have motivated to start things by my own self. That is when I came across this fellowship also. I knew I do not have funds. I knew I do not have, much back support at like at home or somewhere like at college. But I knew I had this spirit. I want to do something, and then why not just try it? It just said that where there's a will, there's a way. So I think that go-getter spirit, to never lose the hope, to be confident in my own self, and to have that self-leadership has really empowered me to live the kind of life or to have the experiences that I have today. So that has been due to the instrumental and the kind of journey I've had with Vidya, and I'm having it.
Would you like to share with us any one or two obstacles specifically that you faced, and what skill did you use to navigate through that? Because we all, irrespective of from which backgrounds we come from, we all have various levels of obstacles that come our way. But there is something that pushes some of us to navigate through, and for some of us to give up and fall apart. So, share with us if any one or two obstacles that you really faced and what helped you navigate through that.
Sure, ma'am. I think I've been in this regards also. I've been privileged that my parents, as such, they've never restricted me of doing anything. But there are family members, I would say, the society that I live in, I would say that there used to be instances where they would say that, why to make your daughter study? I still have certain other neighbors in my locality who are just my age, like they're my friends who are getting married in a month or so. But I think there's a firm belief which has been inculcated in my parents as well, due to Vidya. I mean, I would say when they would drop us to school, there used to be teacher interactions, there used to be, the PTMs. I think there's a sense of pride in me that it has not just changed my view that I have to study, I have to stand on my feet and do something for the school, for the family, but it has changed the perspective of my family. Having said that, talking about the obstacles, I mean, it gets sometimes it gets emotionally hurtful when we hear things from the society, from people living around us, that we shouldn't study, or like what to do, you need to go to the other place. And but I think I have been able to just prove all of that wrong by the sheer hard work I put. I had this one clear thing in mind since I was in I was in school, that I need to study and there's no alternative to stop them from saying so. I was very clear, if I need to be somewhere, I need to study, I need to do good. I mean, just put in my best. That is the most that I could do, so that I do not have any regrets later. So that I ensured, and somehow it motivated my parents. And I'm very proud that today, if somebody even just says that, they know that she wants to do something, she wants to be something, and why not support her, like if she wants to do, because we couldn't do it at our point of time. We didn't have that much awareness. So obstacles certainly have been there, but I think there's been a way out of it because the support that we were continuously getting.
How did you pick computer science? I mean, what was your thought? And it's one hand, it's computer science, and on the other hand, you have you have founded an organization called Unmuk. Tell me, how did you choose these things, and how did these paths become you? How did that happen?
Yes, ma'am. I remember in my grade 11 and 12, I had science in school,
Okay.
and I always loved, because computer was not something which was very, commonly available to us. So going into the computer lab was like always seemed like a luxury to me, to be very honest. But then getting my hands on to the coding, when I looked at that part, to look into the intricacies of how programming and how things work actually. So that led to my interest in the subject. And when I studied, I had the subject in the school also in my grade 11 and 12. So while I was studying computer science, I think I somehow aligned my interest, and then I decided that after 12th, I need to have a subject which can give me a wider scope, because the software department is, I think, the software industry is ever booming right now, and it is going to be, which is, I think it's going to last forever, as we're looking the trend right now also due to COVID. So I think that has been one of my core principles why I chose computer science in college. And while I was in college, at the same time, I just thought to grab all the opportunities which I could find. So I just came across this random opportunity. And I remember till that time, there had been no other student in my department who had ever applied or got selected for this fellowship. Just one senior, maybe years back, she was. But then around when I was in college, there was no other computer science student. So I'd applied, I cleared all the rounds, 2, 3 rounds that were there, and I got selected. And now the next move was, what should I work on? So, I mean, I found this very relevant thing that some of my friends, they had a lot of problems. They could not share at their house, or with their parents also. At times, they couldn't share with their friends also. They found that there's a lack of confidence to just share it with them. So at times when they would share with me, I would really feel heard that there's nothing that I hear them, but what can I do on a larger scale to make people aware, to make many more like us who can listen to them. So that is when I just came up with this idea that why not work on this sustainable development goal of good health and well-being. And I started project Unmuk, which means unleashed. So like I just want everybody to be set free and to be vocal of what they have in their minds, and to everybody to sort of motivate them to love their own bodies and minds. So that is when I started Project Unmuk, and today I have a team of around 50 volunteers working with me. We have a social media presence, and I'm looking forward to take this project ahead. So
How wonderful it sounds. So what is the, if I see you again in a few years, Komal, which Komal would I be meeting? What would that Komal be doing?
yes, ma'am. So that's something which is very interesting. Seems very interesting to me as well. But I really want to serve the society always. That has also become one of my core principles. Even though I have a science or technology based graduation degree, but I actually realized when COVID actually started that my core interest aligns with doing service, doing work for others, and that is when I decided that I need to prepare for the civil services examination, which is conducted by UPSC in India. So I always wanted, let me just give a shot and let's see where the journey takes me ahead. So if I get selected, I mean, I would certainly want to work for the education and the health facilities. And I think I can just take project to a greater level at that point of time. And I think that is something that I really look forward to becoming in the future, continue serving others. And I think that's not just a process of helping others, but that just makes you a different person completely. So I'm looking to that change in the society and in my own self, and so that I take my family also to a different environment. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, and I really have the faith in me that I will try to do this.
I'm sure not only do you have faith in yourself, I'm sure Team Vidya, your parents, your family is also looking up to you to show the way. Komal, I wish you all the best. But a parting message, if you were to leave for Vidya students, hopefuls like you, hardworking students like you, what would that message be?
So I think Vidya is certainly a blessing in disguise, but what Vidya also teaches is that nothing comes for granted.
Yeah.
I think that is something that every student should really understand. Whatever we get at Vidya should be valued, and the student, because Vidya puts all the efforts. So I think now the thing is on the students to, do the same thing and to reciprocate. So my message to the all the Vidya students would be to continue dreaming, to continue putting efforts. Since Vidya has made me believe dreams do come true, I am sure that their dreams will come true. Only they will have to put in efforts and should always keep their horizons open. They should keep learning, keep growing, and should have that go-getter spirit in themselves. They should not be stopped by hindrances in families or find excuses if something is not working. There's always a brighter or a better side to things, and I think if they just believe in themselves, they will be able to do much better in their lives. So that's all from my end, and thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
this
Thank you.
conversation.
Thanks for joining me today, Komal. There is so much to be done to reimagine education as we know. I wish you, your team Unmukt, and team Vidya all the best, so that we have more dreamers like you who have a great belief in themselves and want to change the world around them. What a story to show the way to equity and inclusion in the world of education. Thanks very much, Komal.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much, ma'am. It was wonderful talking to you.
yeah,
Thank you.
likewise. So if you would like to hear more of what is happening in education, subscribe to this channel so that you're alerted of new content. Happy learning. Bye for now.